Otto Sport Australia CCI 3-star competition. This is Dreamcatcher, bringing 56.9 penalties into this final phase. Nikki Rose, Dreamcatcher. Look at the time, 60 neat, 60.00. No jumping penalties, no time penalties, and clear. So that will mean she finishes on the 56.9 penalties after the 3 phases.
When we get to presentation stage.
And we do thank Gubbins Pulbrook Mitre 10 for the sponsorship of the short format of the 3-star. Of course, we have now just moved into the long format, so the longer cross-country course ridden yesterday, and this was proudly presented by Otto Sport Australia. A big thank you to Jan and Barry Smith and Stephen and Nikki Dingwall, our wonderful supporters of Otto. Of course, you are riding here on an Otto Ebb and Flow arena. The top arena is also a...
most surfaces here
the Otto Sport, as well as Jeff tries to tell me how to do my job. All the synthetic surfaces here are the Otto Sport, and we in fact even use the Otto Sport mats under our cross-country fences in the high traffic areas to give us those beautiful clear rounds that we saw time and time again yesterday on the cross-country phase of this year's Gow-Gates Wallaby Hill International 3-day event 2020. Leading in the young rider now, this is a young rider, Grand Exito, Amelia Scully, and she is coming in carrying the 50.8 penalties, the 6-time penalties plus the 44.8 dressage penalties to give us a 50.8 penalties, and currently sitting in 7th place. Stops the clock under the time allowed, 62.38, 62.38. Just the one rail down, the Pride's easy feed fence falls to the ground. 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4, meaning after the 3 phases of competition, Amelia finishes on a 54.8. We'll hold on to 7th place at this stage of the proceedings, 54.8. As we now welcome out the next of our riders into the arena. By my book should be Hannah Klepp and Reprieve, bringing 11 penalties from the cross country, 38.3 from the dressage, to be currently sitting in 6th place on a total of 49.3.
So we're all in the arena, Hannah Klepp riding Reprieve. Hannah Klepp is owner and rider of Reprieve and was here last year, 2019, as the junior winner of the Otto Sport 3-star. I think, Tim, she should go well today, having Imogen Hannah as her strapper, so she should go pretty well.
.30, just the one rail down, 4 jumping penalties, under the time allowed, no time. A total of 53.3 over the 3 phases. We'll hold on to 6th place at this stage of proceedings with a time of 53.3. Next out into the arena, our Rod Winchester award winner earlier today, Gemma Tinney, and she is riding Be My Daisy, carrying the dressage score only into this final phase, 35.6, currently ranked in 3rd placing. Andrew Barnett does have a commanding lead on this class, but sitting in 3rd place on 35.6 penalties, Gemma Tinney and Be My Daisy. What a ride. Gemma Tinney, 58.63. 58.63. Clear show jumping, clear time. 35.6 is the score she had after the dressage. That is what she'll have after this final round. As we welcome out the next of our riders, Shane Rose, rider number 130, riding Kino, carrying 34.4 penalties.
Stakino is owned by Shane Rose and Liam Bill Bryden. Purchased as a youngster in Germany.
it's going to put him into third place. Gemma Tinney climbs up the leaderboard, 160.93, 4 jumping penalties, no time penalties, a total of 4 for Shane Rose, putting him on 38.8 penalties after the 3 phases of competition. Andrew Barnett, I did the maths, he had 8.7 with that rail down. He now has 9.5 penalties between himself and second place. So in simple terms, he has 2 rails plus some time penalty if required. I don't think he'll be using them. He came into the dressage on a 24.9 penalties, 1.2 time penalties added after the cross-country phase to be leading on a 26.1 penalties. Our final rider in this Otto Sport Australia CCI 3-star long, Gow-Gates and Andrew Barnett.
And into the arena, we have Andrew Barnett on Gow-Gates. Owned and ridden by Andrew Barnett, and also owned by the Burnham family. Tosca is by Ricardo and out of Gow-Gates. This horse has already had a second at Tamworth this year, second at Canberra this year, and a 4th at Camden 3-star.
With over 9 penalties up his sleeve, Andrew Barnett to win the Otto Sport Australia CCI 3-star needs to jump with 8 faults or less. Andrew Barnett, Gow-Gates. He came in on a score of 26.1 with 0.4 of a time penalty. Ladies and gentlemen, there is your winner of the Otto Sports Australia CCI 3-star, Andrew Barnett, Gow-Gates, 26.5 penalties over the 3 phases. Irrelevant really, he has taken the win. He'll be at top of the podium. Great ride, well done to Andrew Barnett, Gow-Gates. Well, with 1 horse left to go, her second of 2 rides in this competition, Jane Wilcox and Quantico, our final rider to go. She can't take the win, but she can certainly hold on to that 4th placing. Jane Wilcox, Quantico, our final rider into the arena. 68.1 to 8 jumping penalties plus some time penalties for Jane Wilcox and Quantico. Well, congratulations to our winner and place getters in the Otto Sports Australia CCI 3-star long. We will be down for both the presentation of the Govern's Poolbrook Mitre 10 short format at a 3-star and the long format sponsored by Otto Sports very shortly.